when we were looking through your soil test, my comment was for a cropping farm, you've got very good organic carbon. Yeah, and I wonder, if that has increased over the years.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I was battling at about 0.9 and I sort of got from where it was up to 0.9 and then it sort of hit a ceiling, and then to change the farming a bit by doing more calcium and the cation exchange, and that got it a bit higher. And now if we're using Nutrisoil and the fish, it's gone even higher still.
The Biological Farming RoundTable podcast helps farmers explore innovative, low-input, regenerative and profitable farming systems. The Biological Farming RoundTable is sponsored by Nutrisoil, an award-winning biological liquid fertiliser made from a big worm farm. Nutrisoil's purpose is to empower farmers to produce life-enriching food. My name is Nakala. I work at Nutrisoil. I envisage a future where farmers are rewarded for producing nutrient-rich foods and consumers have this easily available to them. Today I'm joined by Shelley, who is co-hosting this episode of the podcast, which is being recorded in a beautiful part of the WA wheatbelt. We are in Pingrup, which is about 4.5 hours southeast of Perth, and I must say this year the crops are looking stunning. We're at the kitchen table of David and Debbie Steele and have just finished a beautiful pumpkin soup, eaten some delicious scones and had an inspirational tour of the farm. When David relied mainly on synthetic fertilisers, he watched his soil health steadily decline and he knew something had to change. In this episode, David shares the steps he's taken over the past 5 years to build an extra 4 centimetres of topsoil. He started by addressing all of the plant's nutrient needs, including trace elements, with a mineral fertiliser. Next came biology, using a worm liquid on the seed and as a foliar spray. And most recently, he's added biological foods into his applications, blending in fish, seaweed and fulvic liquid. With this system, David believes he's meeting the mineral, biological and the structural needs of his plants. So what's next? He's now exploring how to buffer chemicals to reduce their impact on biology and finding the right moment to introduce a multi-species crop. Please enjoy our conversation with David. Thanks for having a chat with us today, David.
I think it's all right.
And welcoming us to your lovely farm. We've just been out and had a drive around looking at your crops. They're looking really good. Yeah, we've had a look through your soil tests and had a chat about your farming system. But look, I've got Shelley here with me today and we just want to...
So, David, you said you'd rather pick rocks from a pit full of snakes than do a podcast.
Yes.
I really hope this is much more fun.
So too.
We really appreciate you sharing your experience and your learnings along the way, so other people can help can learn from what you have learned. So we're going to start from the very start. Where did you grow up?
Pingrup, where I am now. Yes, next door.
Yeah,
I grew up there. I was born in Narrogin. That's where my father was farming at the time, and just before getting the new land farm.
Yeah. So when did he go onto the farm?
61. Well, 65, but when he seriously started farming down here.
Yeah. You told us about a conditional sale of buying that farm.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
New lands were released. So it was all bush, and at the time you could apply for it. You'd meet the lands board, and then they would go through the application for you, and then you would be given a block of land, and then you'd be given so many years that you had to clear it, and it's so much acres a year. And
some like that clearing, it's a huge job.
It is.
What happened if you didn't clear the land in time?
You've got a letter from the government to say you're not clearing it fast enough, and I think there's some that actually just walked off the farm because they couldn't meet their stringent rules.
Goodness, huge job in clearing as well as trying to make a profit off the farm.
That's right.
Yeah, we can't forget those years of the starting out.
Yeah. And you wouldn't know what soil's there either because you just had bush.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember clearing that farm? Because you were not born when they moved there?
No.
Yep.
I do remember, quite a bit because
So
Dad
it
left.
went on for a long time.
Yes, Dad left 700 acres for me to clear when I left school. So I spent from October till March ploughing bush.
Wow.
Yeah. So fond memories.
Yeah.
So you
And we
came-
burnt thousands of tons of mallee roots and raked and we was very much part of it. Was hands-on.
You came straight to the farm from school?
I did, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So something you just always were going to do?
I was, yeah.
Yeah,
Always
yeah.
wanted to be a farmer.
Oh, that's
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Why? What attracted you to farming?
The variety of work is the main thing, that you don't do anything normally for longer than a month. So you've got a rotation of work that's happening at different times of the year, and I just found that more stimulating than working in an office or looking at tools all day.
Yeah.
And I find with farming, you just never know quite what's around the corner.
No, you have no idea at all.
Yeah. So you had no other thoughts of wanting to be anything else?
No, I went off farm for a couple of months, just in the off season, and did quite a bit of travelling around Australia. Worked as a coach driver in Perth for 3 or 4 months, and did a few other little jobs in the city. Yeah, I did ceilings in a house. Yeah, house ceilings.
Yeah, so you did go off and had a look around. Is that because your dad wanted you to, or you wanted to?
I just thought to try some different things. Yeah, no, Dad didn't sort of encourage us to go off. He encouraged us to go shearing. I just thought I'd try something different, and just to see if farming was what I wanted.
Oh, good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a brave thing to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that where you met Deb?
No, I met Deb at my uncle and auntie's Christmas party in Narrogin.
Were you back farming then?
No, I'd moved back to the farm. Yes, I was working. I was only 16 at the time when I first met Deb.
Okay, so when did you move to this farm?
1987. We brought it off the people who had it before.
Yeah.
No, Deb wasn't. No, that was 87. We got married in 96.
Yep.
99. Sorry, 99.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, tell us about this farm.
The previous owner's gone broke, and I was determined not to join them.
Yeah.
Then I started looking for different ways of doing farming, and because I started off with the conventional way, and I just thought something's not right. We weren't getting the yields that we should be getting.
What age were you when you started making your own decisions
24.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way that how that farmer was farming,
Yes.
what did you see could have been an issue?
I think he was slowly going broke, so he was putting less and less inputs into the crop, and then it was getting less and less returns, and eventually it stopped working.
Yeah.
Because 87 was a fairly bad year. Yeah. And I think there was interest rates were pretty high as well, so it was tough.
So when you came here, what type of farming, is your farming system different now to what it was when you first arrived here?
Yeah, we just used to grow wheat and barley. That was all. Now it's triticale, canola, wheat and barley. Now we do summer crops as well. Chicory as well. Yeah. And the sheep are just run differently too. They're more intense farming with the sheep. One big mob, moved from paddocks and let paddocks rest. Whereas before we just had small mobs and just intensive grazing in small mobs over each paddock.
And how do you think that has helped increase the soil health or
It seems the
profitability?
roots seem to get better in the ground or deeper in the ground and seem to be a lot more vibrant and healthy looking. I suppose that's the main thing I've noticed.
They're certainly beautiful looking
They
sheep.
were
when we
in
went.
very good condition. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you put that down to, David?
Just a healthy, the minerals that are in the fertilisers. Also, they get salt ad lib, mineral lick ad lib. They just try and keep them in as healthy as in good condition as we can, and keep an eye on them. Yeah, so I think it's just the minerals that changes the soil.
Yep.
Yeah, because when we first came here, the soil was pretty run down, and it's taken a long while to get it back.
Do you have a soil test from when you first came here?
I probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we were looking through your soil test, my comment was for a cropping farm, you've got very good organic carbon. Yeah, and I wonder, if that has increased over the years.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I was battling at about 0.9 and I sort of got from where it was up to 0.9 and then it sort of hit a ceiling, and then to change the farming a bit by doing more calcium and the cation exchange, and that got it a bit higher. And now if we're using Nutrisoil and the fish, it's gone even higher still.
So it was the calcium-magnesium ratio that you thought might have been holding back that, building that organic
original.
carbon?
Yep. To start with, yes.
Yeah.
And then I heard about microbes.
Yeah. So step 1, addressing calcium-magnesium.
Yep, that was.
And then this new microbe phase.
Yes, it is. It's very much so.
Yeah.
So you was feeling like there was still something missing, even when you were getting that the cationic balance.
We sort of reach plateaus all the time,
Yep.
and then you'd break through a plateau a little bit, and then you'd go to the next plateau. It didn't seem to be climbing at a steady rate.
Yep.
With all the soil improvements.
Yeah. So at each stage there was just this new layer that you found that could help you.
That's right. Yeah. And I'd start looking again for something else which would get it past that point and up to the next part. Yeah.
So what did you change in your nutrient plan other than addressing the calcium to magnesium ratio to how you were growing your crop in terms of your starter fertiliser? Or...
Yes, we changed that. Yes, we're using a mineral based, and we find that's helped a lot, but very slowly and steadily. And they put microbes on the seed as well, and that's helped a lot as well.
Before, were you using superphosphate or?
We were using a product called Agras, which is sulphate of ammonia mixed with DAP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were putting a few minerals on, but not like we are now.
Yeah. Did you see any acidifying with using those fertilisers?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was changing, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And so the life in the soil wasn't very healthy either.
Yeah.
What did you notice? What gave you indication that the life in the soil had improved? Tell us what you see as a farmer.
Oh, the first thing I noticed, one time I got out of the tractor when I was seeding, I could smell it again. I hadn't smelled it for a fair few years, and I thought, well, I must be on the right direction there somewhere. Yeah, because that was the main thing I noticed. And the earthworms, you dig up the soil and it's nice coloured. Yeah, and you'd see the roots trying to poke through below the...
And Deb said to us at lunchtime, she said when she was growing up, because she's got a farming background, she can remember that earthy smell when she was following the plough and all that, and she hasn't been able to smell that for a long time. But you're saying you think you might be able to get a whiff of it?
Yeah, every now and then, yes, yeah. Not as much as I'd like, but it seems to be coming back.
But it'd be sad if you didn't have a goal to aim for.
That's right, yes.
Keep Deb happy with the earthy smell.
Okay, so addressing calcium to magnesium ratio, changing from those more synthetic fertilisers to a mineral fertiliser, Australian mineral fertilisers is your provider. It's got a lot more traces in it, which you thought were deficient in this type of soil. You've got a lot of different soil types, but generally these traces really needed to be addressed. So that's sort of your mineral side of things. And then this biology light bulb came off. Where did you go when you kind of thought, I've got to start looking to increase this biology?
We went to that field day you had at Haggerty's.
Was that the first one?
Yeah, that's the first time I looked at it, and I thought, no, they're doing something so right.
What year was that? Well, who was speaking, if I can remember?
That's a good point. No.
Was I at that one?
Yes, you were. Yeah.
I think it might have been with Phil Lee and Cole Sides.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. It was there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's great that you saw it advertised. Where did you see it advertised?
I think I'd seen, must have been through a podcast I'd been looking at, and I saw one of yours come up.
Yeah.
And then I saw there was an advert for the field walk up there. So we got out of bed at 4:30 in the morning and drove up.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a long way. It was a big commitment to go to that.
And we got up there and had a look, and I was just amazed about how we were picking double Gs up out of next to the car, But there was no double Gs, no radish. There was just, the crop was beautiful, good root systems on it. And they only grew it with compost tea and biology.
Yeah. Okay. And from then, what did you change?
Well, I thought I'd try some, so I then came back and ordered 400 litres and got it sent over.
Yeah.
And put that out on the crop.
Seed or as a foliar?
As a foliar, because the crop was in the ground by then. And I just thought I'd try it and see. And, I was totally amazed by the result of it.
Which was?
That's the wheat, went on a wheat crop.
Yeah. And what did you see?
Just a healthy leaf system. Yeah, the heads were 4 and 5, 6 wide, 10 high. Yeah, it just changed. You could see there was a line just about in it.
Yeah. We've just come back from looking at your amazing crops, and the wheat have really great flag leaves on them.
They have, yes. Yeah. That's what it was like that time too. Yeah, it just changed it totally.
So now you've addressed the minerals in the soil, then you've added your biology with the worm liquid, coating the seed?
Yes.
And then another biological, when did that, you're adding some microbes as well, is my understanding?
I was doing that originally with we used to mix it with oil and put it up through the auger and on the seed. And then they started doing it on the fertiliser, so then I changed over to that for 3 years, and then I thought, no, it's not working. So now I've gone back, and now instead of mixing with the microbes with oil, I mix it with Nutrisoil.
Yeah.
So that just to kick them along when they...
Onto the seed.
Yeah, onto the seed, yep.
Yep. And then as a foliar, you've introduced this year some fish
kelp,
fulvic with the Nutrisoil.
With the Nutrisoil,
yeah. Yeah, okay. And you got that from Hybrid Ag?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And what have you noticed since you've added the fish and the fulvic and...
Just the size of the leaves, the thickness of the leaves and how thick they look like.
They were big leaves, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah.
And they look like they're very strong leaves as well.
Walking through the crop, you could just feel like the plants were sturdier and stronger.
Yes. Yeah. Because I did a trial with it last year, and I did 40 hectares in different paddocks. And wherever you went with the boom spray, you could see there was a line just dropped off where you had been with the fish and where you hadn't been.
Is your dad farming the same way?
Some of the way.
Neighbouring with your dad, yeah?
Some of it he does, yes. He still likes urea and still haven't talked him into the fish yet, but we'll see what happens after harvest.
Yeah, you've talked him into Nutrisoil.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
tell us about how he ended up, converting, I suppose.
Because he was harvesting a crop where he'd put urea and I'd put Nutrisoil on, and the crop difference was we were yielding, it was a bad year that year. We had 1.3 tonne in our paddock, and it was 0.9 in his, and ours was, I think, about 4% screenings, and his was 7.5 or 8.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then
Makes
he started.
A big difference.
It does, yeah. And the plant struggled with the urea. It was too dry for it.
That's what I think I heard you saying out in the paddock, is that you do better in the tougher years, in the drier years.
Yes. Our soil does not handle a lot of water. Yeah. It just goes to like a swamp.
Yeah. Over the time, you've obviously been building your organic carbon and reducing, the things that can be detrimental, like too much synthetic fertiliser.
Yes.
Have you seen that you can handle a bit more water? It holds a bit more water, or...
It does, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we drove across that pasture paddock, and normally in a wet year we would not have gone anywhere near that paddock. It's just so much better, it holds the water better, and it seems to drain it away from the surface and let it dries.
Yeah. And I saw just a little bit of rhizoctonia evidence out there, but you were thinking that that's definitely reduced?
That is, yes. And where it is actually producing a plant now.
Yeah.
Whereas before it would be a little tiny blowfly head and not much in it at all.
Yeah. So that biology is just overcoming the pathogen. Yeah.
And hopefully in the next few years it'll get better and better
just
until it stops.
Filling in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
David, I think it's pretty progressive that you were listening to podcasts from an early, time before they really got going. So where have you drawn all your education, and is there other areas besides the Haggerty event that got you interested in biology and sent you in that direction?
Oh, my grandfather used to farm at Narrogin, and he used to tell me the story that he used to grow watermelons and pumpkins on a paddock.
And they need water.
Yeah, but he didn't have water on.
Okay.
Yeah, and he used to take them to town by the truckload. And the next door neighbours' boys used to come across on a Sunday because my grandparents went to church and pick a few watermelons and cart them home. So and then I'd look at the same paddock, and my uncle was farming at the time, and it was all geranium growing and barley grass. And it didn't look like it would ever have grown anything else.
So
I realised,
it
got me thinking that
changed.
Yeah, something's happened to that soil, and I couldn't work out why, but sort of thought when it was cleared, it must have been very good soil to be able to do that.
Yeah, you even talked about they would put a cap on how much grain you could take into the silos.
Yes, that was in the 60s, late 60s, yes.
So it was really productive land.
Yeah, it was, yes. And then when I was looking at it, when I was 25 years old, it was all barley grass and geranium.
What do you think changed the land?
I think just the continuous use of phosphate. Yeah, plain super, and plain super. That's all he used. And also my grandfather was telling me about a story. He grew an oat crop that was that high. They had to take, I'm not sure if anyone realises the old PDO headers used to have a curtain at the back. Mm. They had to take the curtain off with a 12-foot comb because it would block up the header. Oh. The straw was so thick and high. And when they got to the centre, there was a fox who couldn't jump over the windrows. So that.
Wow.
And I'd look at my great-uncle's crops, and there was just nothing anywhere near that good. So I thought, well, there's got to be something going wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that's where it's put me on the journey to find out where it's all come from.
Journey of discovery.
It is, yeah. Mm.
So you've obviously done a lot of your own research.
Yeah, I have, yes. Yeah.
What other podcasts do you listen to? Books, shows, YouTube? What are your go-tos?
Gabe Brown, I'm quite interested in him. Nicole Masters, I find her very interesting. Charlie's Massey, Charlie Arnott as well, those podcasts. And the name escapes me, but the guy who did the one at Haggerty's.
Phil?
Oh, Richard. No, AJ.
AJ, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I listened to one. I listened to that one as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a very good interviewer, AJ.
Yeah. And at the moment, I'm listening to podcasts from Vic No-Till.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, Farmers Helping Farmers. I'm finding that quite interesting.
It is a good one, isn't it? Yeah. They've just interviewed John Kemp. Oh, there's another one out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were on it too.
Yes. They did interview me. That was lots of fun.
You were in the snake pit that day.
Yeah, I know. I remember the first question they asked me. I said, don't ask me that. We'll start again because I don't know the answer. Oh, yeah. So, self-educating yourself, but you did find it hard to find answers. You were saying
That's right, yes.
What do you think needs to be out there to get those? What are you looking for?
Probably groups of people that were doing the same thing, and then we can just sit down and have a talk and then find out where people have gone wrong or what's worked for them, which we don't seem to have in WA at the moment. Regen WA, I think, is trying, but I think it's just too big and not. I'd rather sit with a group of about 10 farmers and have a chat rather than 400.
Yeah, okay, smaller farming groups.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it because of the distance in WA compared to maybe Victoria where you got Vic No-Till and all those groups there?
I think Vic No-Till's just well organised and it's been picked up by farmers and it's really done well.
Yeah, it's a great organisation.
Yeah, that's right. We just need someone whoever organised Vic No-Till to do something in WA and then work.
Well, we're going to their event on Monday.
We'll put that suggestion first.
And I have heard whispers in the board that they might be going Australia-wide, because it's so, like, everyone is hearing about Vic No-Till and the great impacts that it's having, but it's very sort of localised.
Yes, yeah.
We need their skills and influence to spread.
We do, that's for sure. Because there is a group in WA called WA no-till farmers, but that's very chemically dominated type farming systems.
Yeah, so like-minded people, like-minded farmers
that's right,
would help you.
Yes.
I want to talk about David's use of chemicals and how his program there and why he thinks biology is actually advantageous to that program.
But start from the start. You were only using 400 mils of glyphosate.
Glyphosate when we first started, yes.
Yeah, start that journey to where you are now.
Oh, well, we used to plough in those days, and then we'd spray 400 mils of Roundup out and then seed after that. And the 400 mils would kill everything that grew. And then we went to full no-till, and then we sort of went up to a litre, 1.2 litres. And we would use that. And then you'd use your residuals, and then you'd use your post-emergence as well, which is, we use a lot more chemicals now than what we did 30 years ago. And now I'm sort of going back to about a litre or 0.8 of a litre of glyphosate now, and I'm finding it's doing a very good job.
Why do you think you're able to get away with those lower rates?
I think because of the soil health. Because originally it would have been a fairly healthy soil when we were using 400 mils.
Yep.
And I think we've damaged it in that time, and we're trying to get back to where that is.
So the biology is helping the plants to not be resistant to these chemicals.
I think so, yes, yeah.
Well, we know that microbes
have biology.
Yes.
Yeah. You're going another way.
Yeah, I am going another way. Microbes travel in and out the plant, up and down the plant. So maybe they're actually, because your soil's got so much biology, we've got biology going through the plant. Crazy. It's grabbing the I never say glyphosate.
I know. Glyphosate. Pick you up.
You should. Right. Glyphosate.
It's quite cute.
It is cute, isn't it? The glyphosate, maybe it grabs it and gets it into the plant, whereas soils that aren't as biologically active aren't getting the chemical into the plant as efficient.
Yeah. So where do you see your farming system going? If you had no restrictions on
finances,
time,
labour.
Yeah, where would you like to take this farm?
Where I'm going with it, I think, just to travel further down the road. Yes, I like the direction it's going.
Yeah.
Probably more biologicals. That's the main one I'd be looking at, and using less chemicals would be ideal.
Yeah, and you're definitely on your way.
Yeah, I'm trying.
That.
Yeah. Well, we've seen the improvement in the soil.
Oh, yeah, like 4 centimetres. I said, because you showed us a photo and you were like, it used to, at my topsoil or my brown colour or whatever you want to say, it used to go to this level, and I was like, probably about 4 centimetres. I said, how long did that take? 25 years.
Yeah, it's happened in the last 5.
You said the last 5.
Yeah, last 5. So it's boosted quite a bit.
That's pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I'm
very impressed with that.
In the next 5 years, what you could do with reducing your, keeping an eye on reducing your chemicals and increasing this biology, you've really just introduced the fish fulvic and, is it seaweed with the Nutrisoil?
Yeah.
So when you think about it, you're putting on biology and biological foods and trace elements in that.
That's right.
And you're seeing these leaves get bigger.
Yes, a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So which is solar panels for the plant.
Yeah. And an instant response that you can see, but I think what you'll start seeing is that topsoil.
That's right.
Growing.
And the roots are going further into the ground. You dig a spade depth and there's roots going past that, which is you never used to see for probably 10 years ago.
Isn't that amazing?
It is, yeah.
Your canola's going straight down. You said it properly. Did you see
Yes, it did. Yes. Yeah. It'd just go to the bottom of the trench and go sideways.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. I think
it is, yes.
It's really just hit a level and then starting to take off.
Yes, I hope so. And mainly with the organic carbon, I hope that takes off as well.
You should be so proud of that organic carbon for a continuous cropper.
Yeah.
What do you find most rewarding about this farm?
Just watching the crops grow, healthy sheep, good pastures, and the harvest at the end of it, yes.
Yeah. And your kids, do you think that if they take on any of this, where do you think they're going to take it?
I hope the same way, but I've got about 4 years to prove it. That's what our son.
So this is the table conversation.
Yes,
Let me prove it to you first before you take
right.
over.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think you're already well past proving it.
That's right. I think so too.
Yeah.
But the son's starting from now, so he's not going to, whether he sees an improvement from now on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he hasn't seen it when it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And this may get edited out, but so Dad and I farmed together for 13 years, and a lot of that was drought and millennium drought. And the couple of good years that we had, I was like for me, they were just so good. Yeah. And Dad's like, yeah, but you didn't get to see X, Y, and Z. Like,
that's right.
He laments that I didn't get to see the good years that he did, the comparisons to my good years aren't even good years to what, you know what I mean? So it will be hard. It will be a challenge. But,
that's right.
Well, hopefully the things you're achieving, your children will be able to see, because it's pretty amazing.
I hope so.
And it's a joy for anyone to take on a farming system and just improve it that little bit more, bit more, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yeah. Make it your own.
New energy. He might do it somehow differently, or whoever is farming might do it somehow differently, but they'll always be trying to improve the soil with the way that you guys have brought, I think, your kids up.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
So what's the next step? You've added your full week, you've added the fish, and what's the next step?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't found that bit yet.
Yeah, okay.
Any ideas?
I want you buffering your chemicals.
No, okay, I'll try that next year and see how that goes. Yeah.
Any thoughts of multi-species crops?
I've tried them, but this place, I brought myself a disc seeder, and that was the last time we had summer rain.
You jinxed yourself.
I have, yes.
But it's sitting in the shed.
Yeah, sitting out there. It's waiting.
Yes.
And I've got seed sitting in the shed waiting for its rain.
Okay, well, you're prepared.
That's right. It's 4 years old now.
Oh.
What have you done before you've made any changes? So is the process you use before you make a whole of farm change to the way?
Just gathering information and then looking at field walks. Like we went up to Haggerty's and had a look at their crops, and I was amazed about how good they are for what they put into it. And then I just listen to podcasts and see and then if something I think will work, then I'll try it. Probably do about...
Trial.
Yeah, trial. Always a trial.
Always a trial. So that's the key.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Always less than 100, probably 50 to 100 hectares, and do over a range of paddocks, soil types, whatever, just to see where it works. And then look at harvest time to see if it's made a difference. And then if it has made a difference, the whole program gets it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a safer way to do it, isn't it?
It is, yes, because I've been burnt before a long time ago I mixed the wrong... I got bad advice from an agronomist and did a fair amount of the paddock, and that's why we've got so much rhizotonia now.
What was it?
Burying green material that's been sprayed with Roundup causes rhizotonia. And we were advised that you could spray and then 4 hours later go and incorporate it in the soil. And that's where it's all come from.
Yeah, okay. And now you're still fixing the problem.
And still, my son and probably my grandson will be fixing the problem.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It
that
is.
One decision like that can carry on for many years.
That's right. And that's why I make sure it's in small areas and just careful.
But you're not using fungicides anymore?
No, I haven't used fungicides for 10 years on the seed or in the paddock. Sometimes if there is a problem, I will, but I'll wait until I have a problem before I do anything. And that hasn't happened for probably 10 years now.
That's amazing.
It is,
That's a big tick.
It is, yeah. And it's a big saving too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it that, lots of farming systems, calculate their success on the yield of that crop, or what do you measure success in?
On how healthy the crop grows. And yield is important. It's got to make, I try and work on it 100%. If I spend $100, I hope to get $2 back from whatever improvement I do. And just for the look of the soil and look at the crops, it seems to be the most important part for me. I know it's a slow building process. And we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, that's right. But I think there's a philosophy of a year on year. I think you need to take a 5-year view at times.
Yes.
Would that be a fair?
I think we need to work like the Chinese, a 100-year program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multi-generational is the only way, because it's taken us 50 to 70 years to get stuff it.
Yep.
It's going to take us 50 to 70 years to get it back to what it was.
Yeah. Do you think that's achievable?
Oh, I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yep.
Otherwise we go hungry.
Yeah, we will, won't we? Yeah. Absolutely. There was another question. Hang on one sec. We spoke before about, tissue testing and sap testing, that kind of thing, but you don't rely on that anymore.
No, I don't, because the plant tells me what it needs just by the look of the leaves or what the tips of the leaves are doing, how the plant is looking, whether it needs something. And also I have testing equipment where you take the sap and you put it on a tray and it tests the pH, the calcium, and also the salt level. And I use them occasionally, but even then I don't use them all the time.
Observations are big
tool.
Yeah.
Read the crop.
Yep.
It's telling you what's wrong.
Yeah.
You just got to react to it.
Yeah.
Because by the time you send something away, it's 2.5 weeks before you get a result. A lot of damage is done in that time.
Yep. It's just about knowing and being present. And absolutely, I love that.
Yeah. It's telling you. You just got to listen.
Listen to nature.
That's right, you do. Yeah.
David, I can see that traces are a really important part of your farming system. How have you got to that conclusion, and what that journey? Tell us about that.
Oh, it's just the balance of the plant, because we had a German agronomist for a fair number of years, and he was all about the balance of the plant, the health of the plant. And if you're an unhealthy plant, it doesn't matter what you do to it, it's still going to struggle. So if you give it what it wants and needs, then it'll grow to its best potential. And that's the way I've looked at it.
And so you were using the synthetic fertilisers, and this German agronomist helped you move over to the Australian mineral fertilisers?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't work for them. He worked for another company. Well, he didn't work for any company, but the Australian mineral fertilisers weren't around much at that time. And he was more about the balance of the soil and using micronutrients and foliars. So we were using a lot of copper and zinc and manganese.
In what forms was it in?
Liquid.
Yeah.
Liquid and foliars, yep.
Yeah, okay. But now you're addressing that more in your starter fertiliser.
Yes.
Because there's traces in that you get from Australian Mineral Solutions. And then this year you've added your seaweed fish fulvic, which has traces in it as well.
Yes. And
you're spot on knowing when there's a copper deficiency, because you know what to look for, and that's what might happen here. And what is it that you see? The
pinched off tip of the leaf. And usually the strips down the leaf with manganese deficiency.
Yeah. Do you have it on hand to address that? Yeah. In what forms?
Always liquid. Yeah. Something that'll go for a boom spray. Yeah.
So you have it in the shed all the time. Don't use it some years. Always use it every year.
It depends on what the crop's saying to me.
Yep.
Yeah. So put some out in some paddocks this year, and some paddocks didn't need it.
Yep.
Just depends what it looks like at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I find the Nutrisoil, that's got micronutrients in it too.
It's got all the traces in it.
Yeah, so the plant thrives on it anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, I think with the biology and you adding the deficiency, you're definitely, delivering that in the most efficient form that you could. So. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're beautiful crops, aren't they, Shelley?
What really struck me is how the thickness of the stems, and you could tell walking through the crop that it was strong. Like you could just
standing up strong.
Yeah. It really was. Yeah. And beautiful leaves.
They were, yeah.
Solar panels, big solar panels.
That's what we want. Yes.
Your kids, you've got 2 kids. Emma, she's gone and studied agriculture.
Yes.
And then Aaron, who is a
heavy diesel mechanic.
Yeah. Okay. Both still interested in farming though.
Love farming, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us about Emma.
Emma went to uni and studied crop and pasture science and animal science, and we're now working for Consult Ag, which is a consulting group employed by farmers to go out and check crops and give advice. And she's living in Bruce Rock, which is a small country town, but she loves it.
Yeah, I guess she'd be handy to have around here to help keep a check on your farming.
Yes, but every time she comes over, she costs lots of money because she gives me recommendations and then follows them up.
Yeah. Well, the last one was gypsum. I think that was a fair call, looking at your soil tests.
Yes.
But, and it, that probably hadn't been a concern. But it's just that your percentage was just a little bit high, the sodic percentage.
Yes,
so has that been high before, or has it just been creeping up?
It's been creeping up, yeah. And it is a low paddock, and it is. And I actually deep ripped that paddock, and I thought it would. And since I've deep ripped it, it's just turned into a really bad paddock. It hasn't worked at all.
Yep. Okay. All right. So it just collapsed a bit.
Yeah, it seems like it's collapsed. The whole ecosystem in that paddock has just collapsed.
Yeah. Okay. So some wise advice there from your daughter. Yeah. But it's so nice that she's interested in farming.
It is. That's right. Yeah, and it's good that so many girls are now too.
Yeah. Yep, we love it.
We do.
We need more women in ag.
No, you do. Yes.
Yeah, because then we can have these conversations. I think
women come from a different
yeah,
perspective. And I think when you bring both together, that's when you create solutions and bounce ideas around. And
that's right. Yeah. Different look at it.
Yeah. And then Aaron, he would be pretty handy being a diesel mechanic.
He's very good, yes.
Yeah.
He's loving the farm.
Yeah, interested in coming back.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
Yes, we're in the process of looking for somewhere for him to live.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to live with mum and dad.
Fair enough. You probably don't want him.
No, we don't want him living in the house either, no.
David, I want to finish off. What advice are you going to give Aaron, but what advice would you give anyone that's like just not sure where to start and how important biology is and how to gain knowledge?
Go and find someone who's done it before and climb the fence and have a look and see what their crops are doing. Read. There's so much information. I wish I had that 20 years ago with all the podcasts and the YouTubes and everything like that. And just try some. Just find some way of finding something that works for you and go with that, because it's not going to work for everybody. Some things will work in different ways, depending on the soils. Yeah.
Be willing to try.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Do small
Always ask
trials.
why.
Yeah.
Always ask why. Why isn't it working? Why has it changed? Why isn't it doing what it should do?
Because we should really have healthy plants.
Yeah, it works better.
Yeah. If your plant's not healthy, then there's something wrong.
That's right. Yes. And that flows through to the seed.
Yep.
And then it flows through to the food that's produced afterwards.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a lovely afternoon.
It's been wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
You, David.
Good
and
to see you.
Deb, without a microphone over there. Please follow the Biological Farming RoundTable Podcast. Share it with your friends and networks. I'm Nakala and I work at Nutrisoil, a liquid biological fertiliser made from a big worm farm whose purpose is to empower farmers to produce life-enriching food.